Hey there, hi, I'm back, it's me, Chuck. You remember me? Well, I've got a brand new limited series that I'd like to tell you a little bit about. It features some of my interests other than horror movies, so there's your content warning. Still with me? Okay, cool. If you take a look at a map of Florida and then add in all the publicly available pinball machines in the state, you'll find that Florida has more pinball than anywhere else in the country. Okay, that's not true. California has more. Even the Chicago area probably has us beat. Look, I embellished to have something really cool to say right from the start. I'm sorry about that. But still, there's an awful lot of pinball here in Florida. I live in a fairly large Florida city, and while there's plenty of pinball around, it's all very spread out with one machine at the laundromat or two machines at the sports bar and so on. I'm the kind of guy though that needs a big space with lots of machines under one roof for one entry price. That's the good stuff. Now, I got this way by attending classic pinball conventions throughout the Southeast over the last decade plus. And while the destination cities for these cons usually have additional pinball options worth checking out, I was already at a place with a big selection of machines to play, so there was never any reason to explore further. But now's the time. I decided I needed to take a week off to de-stress and to work through a recent personal loss, and I'm going to accomplish that by taking a whirlwind tour of the numerous pinball arcades throughout North and Central Florida. 7 distinctly different pinball locations, plus a number of other cool hangouts and shops along the way. Hopefully. Fingers crossed, everybody. Usually my big plans blow up at the last minute, but I really need to pull this off. And if you're watching this, I think that means I was able to do so. There are even more retro arcades in South Florida, but those will have to wait for another time because there's just too much pinball here in the upper half of the state. More than enough for 1 week of non-stop touring. Also, South Florida scares me. Everyone's always dancing. It's just too much dancing. I feel like I'm gonna get sucked into the dancing, and I just don't wanna. Now, there is a place about 90 minutes north of here in Brunswick, Georgia called the Pinball Palace, and I'm on record as saying it's the best pinball arcade in the country, even though from the outside it looks like a nightmare dungeon. I doubt this trip will change that, but I've been up there and I just want to see what else is nearby before possibly deciding that the Palace is my permanent pinball place. Permanent pinball play place. Over the next week, I'll be showing you highlights and cool sights from each stop along the way of my trip. Want a little preview? Well, okay, here's something. Now, I would never in a million years recommend that you pack up the car and head to Florida for a vacation, pinball or otherwise, especially now. But if you just have to come here for some reason, or if you're like me and live here with no chance of escape, hopefully these looks at our local barcades, museums, and other big-time video gaming locations will be of interest and help you find something to keep your sanity for the short term. Or maybe you just like to watch people do things on YouTube while you're at work or on the toilet. I don't know why you're watching, but whatever the reason is, I hope you find it entertaining. So stay tuned for day 1 of the journey. We're gonna have a good time, you and me. Mostly me.